Today I'll be sharing some practical tips to help your child get the most out of their virtual music lessons. The first tip is to set up the camera in a way that I can see both the student's face as well as their hands on the keyboard. So it's important for me to see their face so that I can gauge things like comprehension as well as engagement in the lessons. And seeing their hands enables me to adjust little things in their technique that can make a big difference in their playing, as well as help out with finger number placement and everything like that. So definitely set up your camera with that in mind. The next tip is to keep a pencil at the piano. So this is something that we use almost every lesson. We write in the start note of a song, we write in finger number choices, we do worksheets. So almost every lesson I ask the students to pull out a pencil. So a good idea would be to keep a pencil, something colorful to write with as well, like a colored pencil or a highlighter, and just keep those at the top keys of the piano because we don't play those very often, and it's a nice little place to store them. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to check our shared folder for print-offs. I often will send music to students or new worksheets a few days before the lesson when I make my lesson plans on the weekends. So be sure to check that folder sometime before the student's lesson, print off anything that's new, and that just makes sure that they can have the music in front of them on their music stand rather than me sharing it through the screen, which can be challenging for some students. So I really do appreciate all of the parents who have kept up with printing off all of the music and worksheets that I've been sending the last few months. It really helps us out. The next tip is that with all those print-offs, it's really easy to get disorganized and lose practice material. So I'm recommending that all of my students get a 3-ring binder. So this is a nice one because it's solid and it's not too thick. It's only 1 inch. I wouldn't go more than 1 inch, or a ½ inch would even be fine. It fits nicely on the music stand and keeps all of our music nice and organized throughout the week. The last couple tips have to do with some extra things that can really enrich the lesson process. The first is to make sure that you're picking up any practice kits or treat bags or activity bags that I put together. I do this no more than once a month to save you guys some trouble driving down to the studio, but whenever these are available, I do recommend hopping down here when you can and picking those up. They've got treats and stickers and activities that really just keep the lessons fun for the students and keep them engaged and motivated online. And the last tip is something that you can do to support your child's practice throughout the week, which is that I do all of my lesson plans and lesson notes online on a website called My Music Staff, which is accessible to you. There is a student login which you can use, and if you're not sure what your login details are, just reach out to me and I'll have the Guitar Store staff resend that to you. But just having access to those after the lessons throughout the week, you can see what the students' assignments were, what notes I took about what they should be focusing on with their practice, any goals that we've set. So that's a really valuable resource for enriching your child's music education throughout the week. I hope you've gotten something from these tips. If you haven't already, also check out the Zoom tip video that I made with some online lesson tips specific to Zoom. And if you have any questions about this or any concerns about your online lessons, I'm always available. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, and I'll get back to you when I can. Thanks so much.